I just spent 2 days out at Vistabule. They made this trailer, and I had a blast. This video is about my trip there, and it goes into, you know, Bert's philosophy on trailers. Bert Taylor, the designer of the Vistabule. It shows a lot of the manufacturing techniques, some probably that you haven't seen before. How the wood's cut and where it's cut and who does it. And I hope you'll enjoy it. If you enjoy it, give it a thumbs up, because I really love those thumbs up. And let's face it, it's really not asking very much of you. You know, I make these videos for you. Well, you can't even hit a thumbs up. I mean, really. You'll feel good about yourself if you do that.
The whole point of the Vistabule is to connect you to the outside, and in fact it was designed from the inside out. Like, what am I going to see when I'm sitting here? Do I want to look at the back headboard?
Yeah.
Or do I want a big window I can look out? Can I actually look out, or am I going to peek out? No, I want to gaze out.
Yeah.
So that was a whole premise of the Vistabule, why it is like it is.
Well, I'm a bird watcher, you know, and I get up in the morning, I have views on all four sides.
Yeah.
I can look out the back, the two sides, and the front. I mean, the only thing missing is a total clear roof.
Yeah, total clear
floor.
Bottom,
It's the floor, yeah, we'll get
we're going to get some pontoons at the
good.
the tires, and we'll have a
Yeah, so is the dishwasher still in the plans, and the you know, the massage couch?
The what?
The dishwasher in the back, right, is an idea that I submitted to you, and the Brookstone massage couch. I've noticed that, you know, mine is an Airstream aluminum skin, and I know Airstream, you know, stopped selling you that supply of aluminum. But now I noticed that the new trailers have a painted silver skin. Why not just leave it bare aluminum?
Well, the first few trailers we did were mill finish aluminum, which is a raw aluminum, and you know, that's fine. That's a lot of teardrop manufacturers use that, but it'll oxidize pretty quickly. It's really hard to get a pristine trailer out the door, because even your fingerprints can scuff raw aluminum, and also when you go like this, you'll notice that you've got a black residue on your fingers. And if you want to buff it up, well, you have to buff the whole trailer, not just the little area that you're concerned about.
Yeah.
And I just, when I heard about getting Airstream aluminum, it's got a top coat on it.
Yes, this doesn't show handprints or anything.
It's a clear top coat, and so that, you know, that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
Well, Airstream decided they didn't want to be in the sheet goods business anymore.
Yeah.
And decided not to sell it to us anymore.
Yeah.
Which, you know, was kind of a hardship, but then we went, hey, now we can do all these colors. And there's a lot of colors, painted aluminum, for the utility trailer market. And then there's a number of colors that are available for the architectural market. The architectural colors are more muted. So like our blue is kind of a gray blue. We have a couple greens. Light green is like a sage, and that's an architectural green.
So the silver one, though, it gets a painted coating, and that's durable?
Yeah. The thing is, it's just, you know, it doesn't show fingerprints.
Yeah.
It's easy to clean.
Yes.
It's just, it doesn't oxidize.
Yeah.
And it's just
scratches. If you scratch it, can you touch it up? Or?
You can scratch it, but most of these colors come with you can get a little aerosol that is the exact match of the color.
Oh, so if you need to touch up, you can.
So it's easy to touch up. But
okay.
And I like the fact that it's lower maintenance.
Good.
It's not impervious, you know. It's not a Superman finish, but it's good.
Okay, great. Go.
So what I really like about these colors is that when I come in here in the shop in the afternoon when the sun is coming in from the windows and we've got a number of different colors in there, it's just fabulous having the sun hit all those colors, especially when you've got a green one, a blue one,
Yeah.
you know, a dark green one, a red one, a yellow one, a silver one.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
better
we
than
have
them all
the
being
different
silver.
colored bat wings. It's just like a playland out there. It's so colorful. It's
Yeah.
just kind of what aesthetics. The aesthetic part of this business is kind of what I live for.
Yeah.
And
No,
I'm
you're
not
a
just
perfectionist by
making
any
a mundane
measure,
trailer. When I come in, it's also lifestyle too. So when I come into this environment, it just feels so playful and so interesting, visually stimulating that I just love it. I'm glad that we can do these colors, and people, they love buying a red trailer or a blue trailer or a green trailer.
Yeah. The a buyer who wants to experience this, I mean, can they come here and rent a trailer for a weekend?
No, we don't rent them. We have had people come fly in and like, you know, we'll lock them in the shop overnight. And
Oh, really? A
they'll sleep in
sleepover?
the trailer.
Really? Okay.
It has happened a couple.
No cameras here, are there?
I guess, you know, we don't want people flocking here to
To live here.
sleep in the
Okay, well that's
in
pretty
the shop,
generous.
but
Yeah.
it has happened.
No,
And
I understand. Some people need to be convinced. That's pretty good.
that holds the bendy lights that we print up like 20 at a time in the 3D printer here. I've gone through hundreds of iterations of certain things, trying to get the design
Yeah.
exact, because once you go to, let's say, injection mold
Yeah.
for, say, a hinge or something like that, if you don't have it right, you might do a few hinges and you go, oh, we have to change something.
Yeah.
And you've spent $5,000 on an injection mold.
Yeah.
And turns out it's not right, not quite right. So
Yeah.
by going through all of your iterations with a 3D printer, you just kind of keep assuming that it's not right. It's
Yeah.
not right, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, there's not much I can do to tweak this, so that maybe we can
Yeah.
go to prime time.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
haven't gotten to prime time on anything yet, but some things are fine. We can print them up for trailers because they can be printed up. For example, if I need 3 of these per trailer,
Yeah.
and it takes like an hour and a half
To print one?
3 of them.
Wow.
To print 3 of them, or maybe a couple hours to print 3 of them. So what we'll do is we'll print up 20 of them
Yeah.
and let it print overnight.
Yeah.
And and then next day it'll be done, and then I can pull them off the printer. But that's the problem with the 3D printer, is that the prototypes just take 3, 6, 12, 24 hours.
Yeah.
Where I had to do the kind of the experimental thing of, like, for example, where the piston goes in the hatch, and where's the swing, and these circles kind of represent.
Oh, so you can see, you don't have to like flip it down and say, oh crap, it bumped into the shelf.
Yeah, and then working through those issues. Will the refrigerator fit into my space? All this was done long ago, back I think just prior to your trailer, but
Yeah.
the
That would be
design
2015,
itself
2014, yeah.
has resolved itself since then. Here's a sample of a frame.
I notice you're using a steel frame now, a pretty heavy-duty steel frame, right?
Yes, it's a steel frame, and most of it is actually cut out of flat stock, like 1/4-inch flat stock. It's laser cut to the shape that we want. Then it's put in a brake and bent, generally 90 degrees, and then it's welded together. So
All right, could you change my frame while I'm here?
Like a puzzle, rather than just angle iron, coarsely welded. It's very precisely made to our specs.
So while I'm here, could you swap my frame? Okay, great. Okay, so you have a pretty good vision of how things are going to be, and when you make a change, you have a pretty good idea. What's your success rate between drawing and actual making something and having it fit perfectly and work right?
Well, we've been tweaking the thing for years now.
Yes.
Like a hole we'll get a report from the shop that, oh, we have to drill this hole out. It's not quite the right size. Well, maybe the powder coating has added, material, so we have to compensate for the thickness of the powder coating.
Yes, yes.
So things like that. A hole's not placed right, but overall the design coalesced, a few years ago, and now it's just a matter of tweaking and going the nth degree to some holes. We still drill. Well, there's no reason why that can't be programmed into the design.
Yeah.
And so we're going through that little by little.
So here on the left, you've actually put coolers and things in there, and
this is an example of.
And this is a drawing, right? It's not a photograph.
This is a 3D rendering where I've taken, do the drawing, like I said, in Vectorworks or in SketchUp, and then I'll bring it into a rendering program where I can put different textures. For example, over here, I put in reflective textures, and I put in grass and trees and people.
Yeah.
To see, and also, put the sun in so I can see what it's like when in kind of real world.
So, I mean, part of this is you put yourself in the trailer mentally, right? And you I do the same thing.
It's visualizing. It's
sure.
Like anything you want to come true,
yes,
you have to visualize it first. And so this is my version.
Yep.
I tried all these different things. Here, this is kind of an IKEA trailer where it has all these IKEA cabinets everywhere, and I thought about that and kind of rejected it. And I'll get rid of this one. This was kind of the ideal at the time, that it would have all these kind of these stripes. Really, really cool. I've never found a fender that was shaped like that, but these are initial concepts now. So I'll get rid of that one. Again, these are people in the rendering program.
Yeah, I like the pajamas there.
I can render glass, I can render reflective stuff, and the grass and the trees and the leaves and.
Yeah.
So, I do a lot of that kind of stuff. We talked about early on. I designed basically two trailers. One that I really wanted, which was an oversized window and the wide side doors and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then more of a traditional one, which is more blunt on the front.
Yes.
You're looking back at the headboard like all teardrops are.
Yes.
Narrow door, but cool, retro, traditional teardrop. And I was back and forth between these two, and eventually opted for my version.
Yeah, a good decision. Yeah.
And like I said, it seems to have hit a chord, and
absolutely.
So that's the process I go through in the creative process. And on
the back end, you have a CNC machine shop, right? That who will cut the wood for you.
Right.
You send them the numerical.
So I'll send them a profile drawing. They'll have placement of all the holes and routings and whatnot. And then my guy Mark has a CNC that we got back in the day when we were doing Red Wing shoes.
Yes.
And he'll take those drawings and he'll create a CAD program that where he has to determine which direction the blade is going to turn, so that we don't get tear out.
Yeah.
You can't just route. If it was just, say, particle board, you could route it any which way you want. But because
the grain.
He has to accomplish. He has to accommodate for the grain length, or if it's going vertically or horizontally, and the bit has to run the right direction. And he's been doing it so long that he's very good at it, and it's a complicated process to convert a simple drawing to machine language that is running several different bits and tools. It has to go pick up several different tools and do all these different things to the part, and then once the part comes out, it still has to be sometimes rounded over, sanded, and then of course finished. So it's we have our shop here, but this is just a small part of what is
production.
Production. There's the CNC work, the sanding work, the routing, then the finishing.
So this is where vestibules are made. The woodwork is done. And you are?
I'm Karen.
Hi, Karen.
Hi.
So Bert said it'd be okay if I came by and visited and see how things are done.
Sure. Awesome.
Yeah, he showed me the CAD front end where he does work.
Okay.
And he sends you those dimensions.
Correct.
And you make it happen. You bring it to
Correct.
reality.
We do.
How do you do that?
Well, our main machine that we help cut out all the parts is the CNC machine over there. So
Okay, so go ahead, lead the way.
It's a vacuum-based router with pads. So what we normally do is we get the drawings from Bert, the designs. We have all the programs located into the machine.
Yeah.
We usually get sheets about this big.
Uh-huh.
Right here, this is what we make the size out of. So it's one 4x10 sheet. And then we
The
load
fan,
up.
can we cut the fan for a few
Oh,
minutes?
yeah, sure we can.
Thanks. CNC, go ahead. So this is the CNC machine.
Yeah, so this is a CNC machine.
It's vacuum based, you said?
Vacuum packed. So these pads are vacuumed and they suction down, they hold the wood.
Okay.
And then basically what we do is we have a program. There's about probably 200 wood parts in each vestibule.
Okay.
All right, so again, this is our
So
big-
gone are the day of clamps. Now it's all vacuum, huh?
Correct, it's all
Yeah.
vacuum. And the nice thing about this machine, that's the compressor. It's
Okay.
going to go on. This machine has pads, so it actually allows us, some vacuums are a complete bed. This allows us to do a lot of things like drilling through, cutting all the way around, so it does save on some time when we bring the parts off. So basically there's a program per part, and we basically start off by getting the sheets in, we cut them up to size, they get put on the CNC, the software's inside of here, and then
Okay.
we run the parts out.
Let me have a look at that thing.
Sure.
So you get a CNC, it's a numerical file you get from Bert, and
Correct.
it comes in
Actually,
here.
it's a CAD file, it's a drawing that he sends to us,
Yeah.
and then we basically upload it into our machine here. So in this machine are all the latest and greatest final drawings, because once we make it, it has to be the final drawing. So if
Okay.
there's any additional changes, Bert sends us a new drawing and then we load it.
Okay.
So all of the drawings are in here via the CAD program and they get loaded.
This is a specialized machine, or is there a PC in there or something?
There's a PC in there. There's
Uh-huh.
a PC that's actually right inside here. And so we basically just have a PC. We have an old little teeny monitor right there.
Yeah, okay.
But here's everything right there.
So that's the
PC.
interface to the machines.
Correct. The
Okay.
machine and the PC and then to the CNC machine. So
Okay, you don't want any virus software in here.
no, we do not. So
It'll
pretty
be
much it's standalone. We're not really
Yeah, I
connected
know. Okay.
to the internet, which is good on this
Good.
one.
Hope you don't get patches and upgrades daily.
Oh yeah, exactly. So basically,
Yeah, the old
we
days,
run
huh?
parts. And so we have a lot of clamps, as you said before.
Yep.
We do a lot of stuff. You can see this whole wall. These are all templates that we use.
This is all vestibule?
Vestibule templates.
So this
correct.
is a trailer, or?
This would be templates. So like for example, here would be, we're basically this
Yeah.
is the window.
Yep.
And this is the little piece that goes inside.
Yep.
Here's another window. We
Interesting.
have a lot of templates for everything that we use. So
Cool.
it makes things a lot easier and it makes things more accurate.
So Bert will call you up, he'll say, I need a batch, you'll turn out a dozen?
He'll call us up, he'll send us an order. Obviously you're aware there's a couple different options that customers can choose from, like countertops, refrigerators, no refrigerator, heat, no heat, air conditioning, no air conditioning. So those things get customized and then we get the order sent.
I see, so you don't do the linoleum for the countertop,
Yes,
do you?
we do.
You do?
We do.
Okay.
So we get that ordered in and we cut the countertops and we actually get the linoleum in and we actually glue it on and we do all of that.
Oh,
work, too.
okay, okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Very interesting. Okay, go ahead, you're doing all the heavy work.
So again, the sheets come in. The first step is actually cutting them on the table saw down to the piece sizes we need. So we have a big sliding table saw here.
Is this CNC also, or this is just cut it?
It's a regular table saw. So
This
we're
makes it fit in there.
correct. It makes
Okay.
it. We don't want to waste wood, so what we do is kind of cool. Is we get all these parts, we get the wood, and we have a little software program called Max Cut. We load everything in, and it tells us, it lays it out on the sheets for us. So we have minimal waste. So then we come to here and we cut out the pieces, and then basically the next step would be to go ahead and put them on the router and run them.
Mm-hmm.
And once they come off the router, we do have handwork. I think one of the great things about the vestibule and making them is we basically make sure that you are not going to get a splinter anywhere. Anything
No,
you
it's
touch
clean.
or don't touch,
Rounded edges.
It gets rounded, it gets sanded. So there's a lot of steps when it gets off that we actually do. We do roundovers, so it's nice and smooth. We do hand sanding. We have a flapper sander over there. So we really want everything to be nice and smooth and finish
Yeah.
well. So we want to make sure we get that nice, clean, sanded finish, so when it goes to the finisher, it looks really nice.
Oh, it looks nice when it comes out of there. I'll tell you, it looks really good. It's beautiful, and it's waterproof, it appears.
Yes, it is. I mean, we put that finish on, so again, a lot of handwork goes into it.
The wood itself, what is this wood?
So we're using Baltic birch is what
Baltic
we're using.
birch.
Yep, and so the various sizes we have actually maple 3/4 inch is what we use for the sides. So it's more.
So the wood is maple with a Baltic birch veneer.
Yes, if you can look here,
Yeah.
it has the layers that are glued together. So those are glued together.
Yep, okay,
And
got
then
it.
we have the sides get made out of a maple veneer, and the rest of it gets made out of a Baltic birch. So we have 3/4 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, 1/8 of an inch.
And
So
expansion
those are
and
the sizes.
contraction, I mean, wood is pretty...
Correct. So once we get everything cut up and sealed up, it's pretty good. I mean, things are going to fit well together, and once they're together inside the camper,
Yeah.
you should be good with stuff.
Yeah, nothing is, at the time I purchased mine, Bert was concerned about the doors. He was thinking of even replacing it with some other material. But I'll tell you what, it's held in. I notice almost no expansion. But when I wash it on a hot day, I do hear something, you know.
Oh,
I hear,
do you?
Yeah, I hear a little, it might be the aluminum, I don't know in my case,
I don't know. When did you get your camper?
2015 in January,
Okay, so do you know what number you are?
23.
Oh, wow. Okay,
A prime number.
exactly. Cool.
But not part of the Fibonacci series, so I don't know.
Well, Bert's always coming up with great new ideas.
Oh,
for
yes.
Modifications.
You can
so-
see, I was just at his shop.
Yeah, and I know he's willing to do changes for people who bring their camper in and, you know.
Yeah,
wanna have
well, that's what he's
some
doing for me. He's
All
putting
right.
in heat today.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so that'll open it up. Now, are you a co-owner? Are you?
No, I just work for Mark. So
Okay.
Mark's the owner. He went to lunch. We kind of had a later lunch today because
Yeah.
we were getting ready to ship everything for the
He's
last
out for a
one.
glass of lunch.
He's out for lunch, yeah.
Okay.
He should be back. He was.
Yeah,
gonna
that's
be
fine.
here.
No, you're giving me a great tour
So
here.
Mark is the owner of the shop, and
Uh-huh.
I'm just an employee.
Okay.
And we have Sonny, his son, who helps us out too, and we have someone else, Rick, who comes help sand. So
Great.
between the four of us, we crank out all the trailers.
How long does it take you to crank out a batch of a dozen
I
trailers?
think we're like pretty much on. It's like a month, I think.
A
I
month.
think 4 weeks is what.
So
we
he's got a
kinda-
lot of lead time he's got to calculate in. Yeah.
Yes, but since we're doing 12, we kind of know what we need. We can order ahead from the supplier. We just have to get the go-ahead, and once we get the order, we can set into motion ordering the wood, getting the date set up for painting perfection, when we need to get the products delivered. So,
So a month is to. Here he is. Hi.
Hello,
You're Mark. You're Mr. Wood.
I'm Mark.
Hi. Nice to meet you. Cosmo.
This is Sonny.
Hi. The rest of the team.
How's it
I've been
going?
getting a great tour. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Good, I'm glad you could do it. If I would have known you were here to handle that.
She's doing a great job. I mean, yeah. Well, I'm getting the royal tour. It's been great.
Well, you missed all the parts because we just recently sent an order over to Painting Perfection.
Uh-huh.
The way it's been working for us is that Bert sends us over an order for, well, we started doing 4 or 5 trailers, but now we're doing 12 at a time.
Yeah.
So
He's
that's-
growing, huh?
It's growing.
Yeah.
And we have, I guess there's 40, he said they have 42 trailers right now.
wow.
So we have 24 scheduled for
Four-
pickup.
Say that
I
again.
think they have 42 trailers booked right now.
Uh-huh.
And I know that there's 24 scheduled for pickup that we haven't begun yet. So
Wow.
so we'll be busy for the next, I mean, it takes
Okay.
us around,
Is it around a month for order?
some 4 or 5 weeks
4 or
for
5 weeks, okay.
for a run.
I have a list of people who want priority treatment. So,
All right,
you know.
just leave that with us. I'll send it down to Bert.
Yeah.
Just buy him like a lifetime subway card.
Oh, okay. Yeah. A 6-footer will do it.
Yeah.
Okay. The is he your only customer?
Very nearly, and probably eventually that's where it's sort of headed. I've had a few customers. Both Bert and I have been in business for a long time, and actually for quite a while together, on and off in different
Yeah.
ways. But I have a couple small customers that we do a few. Like Blue Dot is a furniture company downtown that we do a little prototyping for when we have time. But
Yeah.
Bert's filling up really. He's really our main person in.
It's a great story. It's a real American, success story. So it's
Yeah.
I love it. I've talked to him about his past and all, and it's really interesting. You know, it's where he's ended up and how he started. So it's
Well, years ago, he was talking about teardrop trailers, I don't know, 15 years ago, when we were at Waves of Grain, and just saying how much he loved them when he was a kid, and
yeah.
how he'd like to, have one, build one. So it was great that he had a chance to do what he really wanted to do.
Something clicked when I saw it, and I'm not alone. It seems to happen to a lot of people. But well, good. What else?
I mean, I started as a furniture maker.
So he said he made futons.
Bert started out as a futon maker. We met at a Woodworkers Guild show in St. Anthony, Maine, I think in 1980 or 81.
Oh wow, you go way back, yeah.
And I think I had a dresser there, and he had a futon couch that was engineering marvel.
He's still making them. They're just going in trailers now. They're on wheels. Yeah.
Yeah. So we had to kind of learn, to apply like furniture making techniques and quality expectations to a sort of a small manufacturing setting, which is what we've kind of evolved into. I mean, like the Excel thing has played a big part of it.
Yeah.
Karen brings expertise with Excel, so we have a way of tracking orders and parts and stuff.
I'm an Excel user on a financial basis, but it was kind of odd. I thought the thing that struck me about Bert was that he sort of had, a vision where he made one or whatever, but then he quickly adapted it to CAD, and that allowed him to to job out the work. I guess he had that experience with the shoe company or something. Were you involved in that with him?
Yeah. We did Red One shoe stores, build outs. I think we did about 50 stores a year.
So what, you went there and measured the store and decided what would fit and designed it? And...
No, Bert developed a store program. So he built components for the stores, and he engineered it so that it could be all shipped, knocked down, and then it could come to the store, and a team of 2, 3, 4 guys would come and build it out. And he developed the program so it could get sent anywhere around the country, and then they'd go there for a few days, build out the store, and it'd be a uniform look, but high quality cabinets and stuff.
When I first envisioned this trailer being made, I thought I was going to get this guy with a pencil behind his ear and a tape measure and a saw in his hand, but that's not what it is at all. I mean, it's a completely different, it's a modern, manufacturing thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Bert uses a CAD program called Vectorworks, and he's probably one of the best at it in the country. He's really, really good with it, with doing renderings and stuff. So he's really good at engineering three-dimensional solutions to things, figuring out how they'll go together, how they fit, and how it will work. So he's really great at that.
Well, he did it. He certainly hit a good number here. Anything else I should, know? I mean, he did show me a big cabinet with about a dozen trailers in it sitting there, and like a bunch of parts,
Yeah,
and I guess they just go together.
I think like one run of trailers is about, what, 2,000 parts or something like that?
I was saying like 200 parts per trailer, but yeah.
I thought, we just said 1,000 over, and then we had, so I think around a 12 is close to 2,000 or so. So we, and we just finished one, and we'll start the next one. Well, we've already started processing the order.
Now you're not the holdup in manufacturing, right?
No.
Yeah. No, okay.
No.
This is the place. Call this place.
No. Well, it's been evolved. I mean, the first year, Bert and I built one trailer. I think. I mean, I think he built the first one in his garage, and then I think first year we maybe did 3, and I don't know if we even sold any of them, maybe 1 or 2.
Yeah.
But now I think we made 80 last year or something. So we've just had
number 23 right there.
Yeah.
23.
He's up to 200 and something now, right?
Yeah, he's over 200. So we're learning as we go.
Oh yeah.
Make improvements and figure it out how to get more efficient.
Oh yeah, I see the design's really evolved as far as, not so much I can't say, and the wood has evolved. I've seen some of the earlier models, but everything else, like the frame, the attachments, and all the other doodads that go with it, the water tank mounting and all that has kind of evolved. So.
Well, Bert it never stops with him. I mean, he always is trying to think of things better.
Yeah.
And we have 3 of us, and then there's Sonny's wife, who will be coming back from Africa. She's going to come back to work. And then we have one other guy that works part-time. And so we really are at our max of workers for the space we have. So we need a little more space. We're working on that right now, and then we're going to get another router. We have that router, and we're hoping to have another router before the end of the year.
Did Bert sell you that?
Yeah, he sold it to me from Waves of Grain when he decided to go to work for his brother-in-law for a bit.
A question. I mean, why would he? Why wouldn't he? He's coming to you. You guys are tight business partners. Why wouldn't he just do it himself? He doesn't want that part of the business.
Well, he's talked to me about moving downtown into his space. You know what his space is like.
Yeah, it's huge. Yeah.
But
He's filling it up though.
well, he tends to spread out.
Yeah. Okay. So he can be more compact, huh?
I don't know. It's worked well the way. I mean, first of all, I like working out here. And,
Yeah.
And you know, my expertise has been furniture making and running the machine and programming the machine, and so
Yeah.
we make a good team. You know, he's fantastic at design.
Yeah. He doesn't have to worry about this end. He just jobs it out. Yeah.
We understand. I understand what he wants.
Yeah.
And what how he likes things. So.
And you take care of the finishing. You get the raw material. You cut it, and you showed me, Karen, how you round off the edges and make everything perfect, and then that goes off to a finisher. You do that.
We send it to a finisher, and they spray it, and then it goes down to Bert for assembly. I mean, Bert thinks of things like he thinks of it as like a toy. I mean, he thinks of the trailers as a toy.
I agree with him. You know. Yeah.
So each piece of it is
Yeah.
finished like it's a thing by itself, and then it all goes together. And
I
that's
see.
the way he thinks of furniture. It's the way he thinks of this trailer.
Yeah.
It's not like if you don't see it, don't worry about it. It's like every piece is a finished thing of itself.
He is a perfectionist. I mean,
Yeah,
I
he
took
is.
my trailer out of the shop. It is perfect. You know, I mean, when you see what he's done there, they're really art objects. I mean, they really are quite nice. You know, you're part of that. So it really is quite nice because I've seen other trailers and they're not finished the way that thing is
No,
finished.
he thinks of it as each component, every single thing that goes into it should be its own perfect thing, and then then you put it together. It all screws together, bolts together, and you've got a finished trailer.
I feel like I'm doing a puff piece for him, but it's really the way it is. You know.
No, it's the way he thinks. He was a studio arts major in college. He was a studio arts major at the U, and I don't know. He just it's the way he thinks about furniture, and he really treats the trailer as if it's a piece of furniture.
He touched on, like, when you do this, you have to worry about the grain and all that, so not to do jagged edges and things that, maybe you twist the piece around when you're working on it. I'm not sure what he was referring to.
Everything. I mean, there's not
The direction of the router bit.
Yeah, you have to worry about how it cuts, in what direction, and if it's a clockwise or counterclockwise rotation. But I mean, his feeling is, and my feeling as well, is that every single piece should be comfortable to touch. And for not only for the customers who get the trailer, but also for the people that are doing the finishing and stuff. They have to spray it, they have to sand all of it by hand, so there's no sharp edges or anything.
Oh no, the whole thing is finished perfectly. So, well, good. I don't really want to take up much more of your time. So 4 weeks for you to do a production run to deliver to him for about a dozen trailers, and that includes about 200 pieces per trailer. If I hear
250,
yeah.
I mean, I think we're running. I mean, I think it's taking us somewhere around 45 hours to do a trailer, start to finish.
Yeah, but you'll do a run of pieces, and you'll do a run of.
We do all of 12 of them at a time, which makes it more efficient.
I thought you were here at night making one trailer and box that up and then make another one. Maybe that's not how it is, huh?
Maybe that's how we started.
Yeah. Well, good. Well, hey, it's really been a pleasure to meet you all, and thank you so much for your time. You are Sonny, Karen, and Mark. Thank you so much. The birch,
Yeah, this isn't called Europly, but it's very similar to Baltic birch. It's continuous ply, so it's all birch throughout every layer. There's 13 layers of it, and they're all glued together.
Oh.
So you can route it, and you can sand the edges of it, unlike normal plywood.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was just a veneer on it, and that was it.
No, and actually the veneer on like your trailer and this stuff, it's thick outer veneer. It's not like furniture veneer where it's only a 32nd. It's more like a 16th.
It's pretty durable stuff, yeah.
It's durable, but it also machines well and it sands well, so you can make a nice edge on it and finish it.
There's some of the trailers marine plywood.
There's parts, the deck of the trailer is made out of a material called HDO, which is sort of a marine type plywood. It has a phenolic top on it.
Phenolic?
It has that. Yours probably has a green, like a green material.
It's a beige, plasticky.
It's like those things we have hanging on the wall.
Yeah.
Which ones?
They're ones on the top.
Although the off color, the ones that are a different color.
Greenish color. It comes either in green or brownish color, but it has a waterproof glue on it. It's a plywood that will hold up when it's wet. And he uses it for the deck. So the deck material, but all of the parts you're talking about, the interior parts, are all Baltic birch, and they're all sanded and finished.
Yeah, because it gets exposed to a lot of water underneath. I guess that helps with that.
Yeah, the finish that we're putting on, it's a urethane, it's a waterproof finish. It's a water-based finish, but it is waterproof and it's really durable. But anything on the underside of the trailer, I think they're coating with this kind of a resiny black stuff that really sheds water. So.
I don't know that mine has that, but I know on other trailer forums I'm on, people have talked about water getting under the aluminum skin and causing rot. And is this rot resistant, or?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It's got a type, what they call a type 3 glue. It's waterproof glue. But you know, the trailers, it's a battle to learn how to make them so they don't leak.
Yeah,
And
that is a battle.
It
Yeah.
is like Bert has
Expansion, contraction, water getting under, freezing. I mean, there's so many
like he has miles of gaskets on there.
motion, you know, flex, torsional twist and everything.
Well,
It's
plus it bounces down the road.
Oh, you don't know what I put mine through on the way here. I was up in Michigan, you know, in the Upper Peninsula. I got in places I really did not want to be. I mean, it was pretty intense.
Yeah, so it really takes a lot to engineer something that doesn't leak, and that's
Agreed.
really a big primary concern. And then
So far, so good with me. I mean,
Yeah,
I carry a big tube of flowable silicone and regular silicone just in case, you know. But
well, I know Bert. One thing about him is if there's anything wrong, he will take care of it.
Yeah.
I know he if there's a problem, if somebody has something they don't know how to do or understand, or something's not working right, I mean, he's flown out to New York or.
he visited me in a campground after about 6 months after I had my trailer. I was out camping. He stopped by and he wanted to check it out. He wanted to look at it. He was doing some research on how things were holding up. So I was impressed, you know.
Yeah,
And
that's a genuine thing. He'll always do that. He'll take care of it start to finish. So that's
All
just
right.
the way he is. So.
Good, good. All right, well, it's been a pleasure to chat with you guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming.
How do you spell Fernucci?
Fernucci?
Yeah, Fernucci.
F-U-R-N-U-C-C-I.
Okay. Okay, so this is a piece of furniture you guys collaborated on.
Yeah. Well, Bert's designer. I would. It's the same arrangement we have now. I would do the building and he would do the design work. But it completely comes apart. Even the doors come apart into little pieces. It all goes together with wine corks.
Wine corks.
Yeah.
So you have fun building it.
Oh, it's a blast. Yeah, it's the most wonderful thing. I mean, I love.
So the wine corks hold it together.
Yeah, this is a typical joint. So this goes in like that, and then the wine cork goes through it, and it holds it together. So in about you get it in a box in about 5 minutes. You can put this whole thing together, and that's what when I said he thinks of Fernucci. I mean, he thinks of the trailers as furniture. This is the type of furniture he designs.
Cool. It's certainly thinking outside the box.
No, I mean it fits. You can ship it to somebody, and they can put it together with a single tool.
And a case of wine, they're all set.
Well, we send the corks with. So
Yeah.
the big breakthrough was finding plastic, these rubber wine corks, because they squish into the hole and then they expand and they lock the furniture together. And it's perfectly. I mean,
It comes with a recommendation of wine you should drink.
Yeah. The drawers, they also come apart, and they have like a sliding dovetail and a thing that snaps in place to hold them. I mean, this is
It's genius. It's really pretty fun.
I've made furniture for a long time. I make more traditional furniture. I made office furniture for a number of years for corporations, but this was I've never seen.
And Fernucci, what is Fernucci?
That's the name you came up with. I mean, it has to be fun, you know.
Yeah. No, it is fun.
It's the same thing with
It's funny. He's in the vacation business now. It's hysterical. I mean, it's really great. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So it was a great thing.
It looks like it's held up well, right? 20 years old and still working fine.
Right. No, and this is actually the same material that your trailer is made out of. It's all Baltic birch.
Nice finish. Yeah.
And it's still held up. So.
Excellent. Great. What a story. Yeah.
You know, like it's like, it's almost done. Call the customer.
What's this insulation here?
That goes into the back. That's where the air conditioner's hot air
Okay.
flows out the bottom.
Okay. I love that reflective stuff. It's great. Very nice. So what's your model? What's your motto? Your corporate model?
Be a little anal.